Most women ruin their elegance before they even open their mouths, and it's hanging right there on their necks, wrists, and ears. By 2026, jewelry is no longer decoration. It's judgment. It quietly tells the world whether you understand refinement or whether you're still chasing trends that expired years ago. Here's the uncomfortable truth. You can wear a beautiful outfit and still look dated, unsure, or inexpensive, simply because your jewelry is speaking the wrong language. And elegant women, they never let accessories betray them. This is not about what's trending on social media. This is about what reads expensive, timeless, and quietly powerful in real life, in rooms where taste is noticed, not announced. Today I'm breaking down jewelry trends 2026, what's in, what's out, and why it matters more than you think. Not opinions, standards. 1. Pendant necklaces. Pendant necklaces in 2026 aren't just accessories, they are statements of intention. They guide the eye, elongate the neck, and add a subtle rhythm to your presence. The most refined pieces feature soft, sculptural shapes, oval, teardrop, or abstract forms that move with the body. When layered thoughtfully over silk blouses, cashmere knits, or structured blazers, they create a vertical flow that instantly elevates the silhouette. Notice how a single elongated pendant draws attention without overwhelming. The piece becomes part of your posture, subtly accentuating your collarbone, your neckline, and the gentle slope of your shoulders. That is true sophistication, a balance of movement, proportion, and light. Fine gold or silver pendants, sometimes paired with ceramic, stone, or sculptural metals, create a polished contrast against soft fabrics. A black cord pendant paired with satin or silk can feel avant-garde yet incredibly elegant. Layering works, but only when done intentionally, 1 or 2 pieces maximum. Any more dilutes presence and reads as cluttered, not curated. Avoid chokers, tight collars, or overly chunky short necklaces. These pieces cut the neck visually, creating a compressed silhouette that reads as rushed or even costume-like. The problem isn't that chokers are bold, they are. But in 2026, boldness without sophistication is considered disconnected from modern elegance. Cheap chains or short, rigid pendants flatten the torso, restrict the flow of your outfit, and distract rather than enhance. They may feel trendy, but they don't carry the weight of timelessness. Think about the necklaces you currently wear. Do they make you feel taller, lighter, and more composed? Or do they crowd your neckline? Which pieces truly elevate your presence, and which quietly pull it down? 2. Gemstone jewelry. Gemstone jewelry in 2026 is not about sparkle, it's about substance. This year favors stones with natural imperfections, depth, and character. Tiger eye, smoky quartz, deep garnets, and warm amber. These gemstones are rich in visual texture, catching light and shadow in ways that metal alone cannot replicate. Earrings are particularly transformative. Cascading or clustered earrings elongate the neck while framing the face. Soft asymmetry. Earrings signal artistic intention, creating a quiet allure that draws the eye to the wearer rather than the piece itself. Rings and bracelets are equally potent. A single statement gemstone ring, framed in gold or silver, can make your hand instantly more graceful. Layered gemstone bracelets can transform a minimalist outfit into a curated ensemble, suggesting a refined eye for detail and proportion. Gemstone jewelry isn't loud. It's expressive without being aggressive, revealing sophistication in every subtle reflection and shadow. Each piece tells a story, an investment in your presence, not just a trend. Plastic beads, mass-produced charms, or overlayered costume jewelry belong in the past. They lack texture, proportion, and personality. Heavy, gaudy, or overly colorful stones overwhelm the wrist or neckline, reading as cheap rather than luxurious. Genuine gemstones communicate authority, taste, and discernment. They signal that the wearer invests in pieces that matter, not just pieces that show up in trend lists. Wearing the wrong type of gemstone, flat, synthetic, or flashy, sends a silent message of carelessness, undermining years of cultivated elegance. Look at your gemstone collection. Do the pieces speak your story, complement your features, and enhance your presence? Or are they simply filling space? Which one piece could you retire immediately to refine your aura? 3. Snake-inspired jewelry. Snake-inspired jewelry in 2026 is far from a passing trend. It embodies movement, Elegance and subtle audacity. The beauty of serpentine designs lies in their fluidity. A ring that coils gently around the finger, a bracelet that wraps like a soft spiral, or a necklace that drapes along the collarbone, each piece flows with the body, accentuating curves and elongating lines. Snake motifs communicate more than style. They convey power, intellect, and confidence. They hint at mystery without overwhelming, giving the wearer an aura of calm authority. Think of the visual effect. A coiling bracelet draws attention to the hands, a curved necklace elongates the torso, and long drop earrings echo the serpentine curve to frame the face gracefully. Movement becomes part of your presence, signaling sophistication in every subtle gesture. Snake watches are particularly transformative this year. Their wraparound designs and sculptural forms elevate the wrist, creating a light, graceful architecture that contrasts beautifully with soft fabrics or structured tailoring. These are not just accessories, they are extensions of the body's natural lines. Rigid, symmetrical, or static snake designs, pieces that lack flow, fail to capture this essence. Flat, over-decorated, or mechanical interpretations feel heavy, lifeless, and forced. The difference is subtle but critical. One piece moves, the other imposes, and imposing rarely reads as elegant. The right snake-inspired jewelry signals awareness, intention, and artistry. The wrong one signals imitation or carelessness. Elegant women never wear a motif that dominates or constrains. They choose pieces that work with them, not against them. Which of your accessories move with you? Which feel like extensions of your posture and energy? And which feel stuck or rigid? Notice the difference. The right movement changes everything. 4. Tiger eye and warm gemstones. Tiger eye, amber, and other warm gemstones are the soul of understated luxury in 2026. Their beauty lies in subtlety. The stone shifts gently with light, its warmth complementing the skin and softening even the most minimal outfits. A tiger eye ring or bold cuff instantly transforms presence, while warm-hued stud earrings or necklaces add dimension, depth, and an effortless focal point. These stones work with proportions, not against them. A cuff with golden brown tones balances textures, creating visual interest without screaming for attention. A ring can appear sculptural rather than decorative. Even the simplest stud can draw the eye, turning minimalism into intentional artistry. The charm of warm gemstones is their versatility. They harmonize with structured tailoring, fluid blouses, or soft knits. They bring richness without heaviness, sophistication without pretense. They suggest a confident, grounded energy, the kind of presence that commands attention quietly and naturally. Cold, flat, or overly polished stones lack depth and personality. Shiny surfaces without variation or warmth feel sterile, disconnected, and dated. Overly dark or artificially colored stones can overpower skin tones, flatten lines, and fail to complement your outfit. Simply put, if it doesn't glow naturally, it's working against you. Warm gemstones communicate refined taste and quiet authority. They subtly tell the world, this woman understands light, proportion, and harmony. Cheap or cold alternatives tell a very different story. A story of distraction, inattention, or rushed choices. Take a moment to observe your current gemstone pieces. Do they enhance your natural warmth and elegance, or do they compete with it? Which one piece could you replace to cultivate presence rather than display it? 5. Statement earrings. Statement earrings in 2026 are not about size. They are about artistry, proportion, and intention. A large earring alone does not elevate style. A piece that frames the face, complements your posture, and interacts with light and movement does. Think geometric shapes, sculptural textures, and vintage-inspired forms that appear both curated and timeless. Visual impact is everything. A bold, architectural earring elongates the neck, draws attention to the eyes, and communicates refined taste without overwhelming the outfit. Soft, molten metal textures, asymmetric drops, or abstract forms feel modern yet rooted in classic elegance. Even a minimalist outfit gains immediate sophistication with one well-chosen statement earring. Pair statement earrings with soft hairstyles like a low bun or loose waves to allow them to shine without competing. Neutral clothing tones enhance the effect. The earrings become the curated focal point rather than an accessory lost in a pattern. Sculptural earrings subtly influence the energy of an outfit. They create presence, intention, and quiet authority, the hallmarks of a truly elegant woman. Tiny studs, basic hoops, or repetitive mass-produced styles fail to make an impact. They disappear visually, and in 2026, invisibility is the opposite of elegance. Pieces that are too symmetrical, too uniform, or cheap-looking flatten the face rather than frame it, signaling carelessness or outdated taste. Statement earrings tell a story of confidence without speaking a word. They distinguish women who understand subtlety from those who chase trendiness. Consider your current earrings. Do they make you feel deliberate, confident, and elevated? Or do they vanish into your outfit? Which piece could become your signature statement this year? 6. Bangles and cuff bracelets. Bangles and cuff bracelets are sculptural statements in 2026, and the right design can completely shift the perception of an outfit. Polished curves, glossy surfaces, and bold but intentional silhouettes catch light in the most flattering way, enhancing the hands, wrists, and overall posture. A single sculptural cuff over a knit sweater or structured blazer creates an unexpected contrast that draws attention without effort. Layering multiple bangles works only when each piece has weight and purpose. Too many tiny, delicate bracelets dilute presence and reduce impact. Cuffs can anchor minimal outfits, turning soft textures into visually compelling ensembles. Delicate, thin bracelets or overlayered mass-produced bangles fail in 2026. They disappear visually, lacking the sculptural presence that communicates authority and refinement. Cheap metals, clunky clasps, or overly busy designs flatten the wrist, distract from proportion, and read as casual or juvenile. Sculptural bracelets communicate considered taste, intentionality, and composure. They are an effortless signal of status, subtly directing attention to the wearer's hands without needing color, sparkle, or flash. Look at your current bracelet collection. Do any pieces truly command attention, or do they vanish? Which cuff could you invest in to transform your posture and presence instantly? 7. Mixed metal jewelry. Modern elegance. Mixed metal jewelry in 2026 is a revolution in effortless sophistication. Combining gold, silver, and occasionally bronze or rose gold allows for layered depth and visual intrigue. The key is balance, proportion, and intention. A sculptural ring in gold paired with a silver bracelet can create contrast that feels curated rather than accidental. Chunky rings, layered bracelets, and statement earrings work beautifully when paired across metals. Mixed metals allow for flexibility. You no longer need to match a full set, giving the appearance of a well-curated, intentional collection rather than conformity. The interplay of metals catches light subtly, creating a glow that enhances skin tone and outfit lines. Single metal monotony, mismatched cheap sets, or overly rigid matching everything approaches feel dated and unimaginative. They reduce visual richness and read as uninspired or careless. Mixing metals signals fearless refinement, a woman who understands proportions, contrast, and visual dialogue. It conveys that her style is intentional, modern, and elevated without effort. Which pieces in your collection could be combined across metals to elevate impact? Have you tried pairing gold with silver in a curated way, or are you still following outdated rules of matching everything? 8. Delicate watches. Timeless refinement. Delicate watches in 2026 are subtle masterpieces. Slim bands, petite faces, and vintage-inspired details bring balance, proportion, and understated elegance. Unlike oversized watches, these pieces enhance rather than dominate the wrist. Wear a slim gold watch with stacked bracelets for refined layering. Pair it with soft knits, tailored coats, or crisp shirts. The effect is clean, polished, and harmonious. Delicate watches create a quiet narrative of taste and presence, subtly signaling awareness of proportion, refinement, and timeless style. Oversized watches dominate the wrist, flatten delicate styling, and feel heavy. They overpower proportion, distract from curated outfits, and convey dated, overly masculine energy. In 2026, refinement favors restraint. A small, perfectly proportioned watch tells the world you understand elegance, timing, and subtlety. It signals confidence, attention to detail, and modern femininity without loud statements. Consider the watches you currently wear. Do they complement your hands, outfits, and energy, or do they dominate and distract? Which one could you replace to elevate presence instantly? If this video made you rethink your collection, consider leaving a comment. Which 2026 trend will you embrace immediately? Which piece are you ready to retire to elevate your aura? By subscribing to Ayeshas Elegance, you're joining a circle of women who never settle for ordinary, never let trends dictate their style, and always choose refinement over imitation.